Howdy and aloha, and welcome to the third episode of the Three Grog Night podcast. We're making tiki history, rum-fueled tales, and tropical vibes, one grog at a time. I'm your host, Mike Gordon, and joined by my esteemed drinking companions, Jen and Jonathan.
Aloha, everyone.
Howdy. How
Aloha.
are you guys?
A little hungover.
Yeah. The brutal winter appears to be behind us.
I don't know. Is it? I don't know. We got a cold front 2 days ago.
You never know, right?
But as
still in March.
As my grandma used to say, it's not over till you get past Easter.
And well, yeah. And I do believe that the groundhog did not see the shadow, right? Which means that we're going to get more.
No, we definitely have a freeze coming.
Yeah.
So, but in any case, however you guys are doing weather-wise, we hope you are well. I guess we'll start with, how you guys are, and as far as what mugs you got to show us off this week. We'll start with you, Jen.
I have my favorite mug. This is made by Coxswain Dunsel, and it says Lord of the Bob release.
Lord of the Bob. Love it.
So let's see if we can. Lord of the Bobs.
Amazing.
And
that's really cool.
Oh, I just bumped my mic there.
How old is that?
It came out in 2022. 2022. Yeah. So it's got the tower there. There's this one other. Where's the little tiny detail? There was. I'm just going to waste time trying to find it. But you can see like the etchings of the castle, the little rooms down the side. So, when he released this in 22, like it became one of my dream mugs that I wanted to get. At that time, I couldn't justify the price, but it remained one of my grails, so to speak. And in what year are we in? 26? It was either 23 or 24. My parents came with me to the Texas Tiki Week festivities in Austin, and he was there for sale. And they surprised me and bought it for me. Nice. And gave it to me a few hours later. So, they gave it to me for my birthday or Christmas. That was later, like a month later, something like that. So he was my dream mug, and it's Lord of the Rings, and I love Lord of the Rings. He's also my one and only Bob.
Oh, wow.
So, because Bobs tend to sell out really quickly.
Yeah, Bobs are definitely a thing, and they've been a thing for a while. And I have a couple of Bobs back there, but I'm sure we'll get to them accordingly.
This one is 94 out of 150 made.
Very nice.
So it's it's pretty special. Like I had to get to a point. I don't know how about you guys feel about this, but I had to get to a point where I was like, I have so many that really I'm only going to get one if I go to a place or if someone gifts it to me, because that means it means something. If something comes along and I really like, it's in my wheelhouse, like those two Batman mugs back there, Batman 60s mugs, like, then I can't resist. But I mean, for a while there, I was just getting anything that I thought was cool.
Well, I'm definitely getting ready to downsize because I've been gifted or when I was first started collecting, would get mugs at like estate sales, things like that. Sure. So I have a lot of knockoffs and or even vintage mugs that just weren't signed.
Uh-huh.
But it just says like where they were made or something like that. So I have over 177 mugs now. Because when we were putting the bar together, I counted. So I want to get rid of the ones that, either don't have the place that they're from marked on them, or don't have the designer, or if they're not marked at all. Originally, I was like, I'll just use these for the mugs I serve people in so they don't break them. But I have enough. I have, and I've started buying, specialized glassware that I serve particular drinks out of. So, but I still will buy. I want to buy them in person at bars I've been to, but like some places, I got one from the Magic Castle.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's called, the Magician's Club.
Yeah.
The Famous Magicians Club. Yeah, in California. I'm never going to get to go in there. It's by invite only. They released a mug a few years ago. I had to buy it. So,
gotcha.
And I have one from Woosong Road in Boston. I've never been. I don't know if I'll ever be able to go. But it was a beautiful. It was a beautiful mug. It was their first release of the Chinese vampire. I had to have it. So,
yeah. I mean, certainly. While I said I try to go by that rule, but there are always exceptions. I'm always making exceptions for sure. The only thing about that mug, I will say, it looks like it's difficult to drink directly from. You're going to need a long straw, right? Because otherwise you're going to impale yourself.
Yes. Well, the good people at barproducts.com have a great price on 100-pack of the really long bendy straws that you can twirl around and, for your big party-sized drinks, which, will work great in this bottle. But he's my grail. I'm probably never going to drink out of him. He's just proudly on display in my bar because if something ever happens to him, and I talk with my hands when I drink, I have been known to just throw my glass down.
Oh no!
When I'm excitedly talking about, so I have done it so much with wine that I don't want to risk that happening to Bob.
Sure. Understandable.
What mug do you have?
Protect
Jonathan?
Bob.
Yes. Well, you know why beer steins have the metal lids.
Mm-hmm.
It's so you don't spill when you're conducting the singing.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you're talking about when people bring you gifts. So
yes.
We had some folks go up to Mai Tai Mayhem up in Ohio, and they brought me back a Black Lagoon Room Mai Tai Till I Died tombstone.
Oh, that's lovely.
Which really nice. I love Black Lagoon Room designs. I love Pete. Apparently they asked Pete, like, what does he not have? And he was like, he doesn't have this one because it's new.
That's a great stain.
So Mai Tai Till I Died with a nice orange in there. And you got your components for I'm just going to pretend it's for a corpse survivor back there. I don't know what the bottles actually are.
That one's a little tricky too to drink, or
a little bit. It keeps if I hold it regular, it wants to run out the side. So I am having to kind of teach myself.
I don't know that I have ever drank. I think I've always had a straw, no matter what mug I'm using.
That makes
whether
sense,
I'm at home or at a bar. I don't recall ever drinking straight out of the glass.
What's kind of interesting to me is the way people curate over time. Like at first, we kind of used whatever tiki mugs we could get, and then we had like the display mugs, and then the ones that were the like okay for friends to hold. Like you've got that one time that you lose something irreplaceable because somebody is Butterfingers. You're like, okay, so this class of mugs we don't necessarily hand to people having their first 44 Mai Tai,
right?
Or and then we got a whole bunch of we got a set of Pearl Diver glasses, we got a set of chimney glasses for zombies and whatever. And these days we get so many Mai Tai glasses and they're so much easier to clean. That, almost everything we serve is out of a Mai Tai glass.
Wait, are you nervous with your Pearl Diver glasses? I just got my first set and I am so nervous with them.
They're generally pretty resilient.
Okay.
So I think that we buy things wholesale, right? So I've had 16 of them. I think I've broken 3. I think one of those was a dishwasher accident because 2 of them clanked together. One of them I've lost 4. One of them I lost a whole bar tray that fell off a counter. So that was 12 Mai Tai glasses and a couple of, that was a bad day.
Okay, well you're washing in the dishwasher. I hand wash all mine. I'm not those aren't going in the dishwasher. I'm the dishwasher.
Anything that's gold plated I'll wash by hand. And anything that is vintage, and you do have to realize that anything that you use the pods, like the really nice Cascade, the platinum Cascades or whatever, that will strip your screen printing pretty quickly.
Yeah, we learned that with Mondo's pint glasses.
Sure.
They release for movies. Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, generally no. Like we just top rack Mai Tai glasses all day long.
Yeah,
and of course we use the Frost Flex 10-ounce glasses that we use for Hideaway and a bunch of events use. Like we use those by just the ton.
Yeah, I mean, actually, we could. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a potential episode of carrying and collecting mugs, right? Like, and how to do that. So obviously,
well, I think a lot of people out there might have just gasped when Jonathan said he put them in the
well, now to be fair, he's not putting tiki mugs in the dishwasher, right?
Oh, I put tiki mugs in the dishwasher.
Yes, he is. He said he does.
Again, like the main thing you got to do is make sure they're not gonna clink against one another. Yeah. But I mean, they're high fire ceramics. I mean, they're as long as they're not hitting other ceramics, they're made to go through an autoclave, or they're an art mug. In which case, yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm probably not gonna drink out of that.
Right.
Or like a barrel mug, a coconut mug. Yeah, I'll top rack that all the time.
Well, that actually leads to mine because, another part of my rules of collecting mugs too are there are certain artists that I really love and like to support. And so I will go out and if I can get their mugs when I can. And I've only been able so far to get a couple, but it sort of leads into our first topic because the mug that I have, it was the first mug I bought, I think in 2010 or so. I'm not sure exactly what the year of this one is, but it's this boy. Can you see it?
All right. There you go.
Mm-hmm. There we go. From Tiki Diablo. And that sort of goes to our sort of a first topic that we lost a big one, right? A big member of the Tiki art community and an all-around great guy, sort of an indelible figure in the Polynesian pop movement, revival, whatever you want to call it, over the last, I say, 2 or 3 decades, maybe.
Yeah.
West Coaster, but I mean, he did it all. I mean, he was a carver, mug maker, designer, builder. Like, I don't know if there's too many tiki bars out there that don't have maybe his direct work, or if not, his influence on him. Just an amazing personality. I got a chance to meet him, I think twice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he signed this mug. And I have another mug that he did, which I love, that I got at the Hukilau. And this one has a little light, which doesn't work right now. But and this was, I think this is 44 out of 100. They came in different colors, but this was at Hukilau 2015. That came out, but that's pretty amazing. Again, in my favorite color, orange. And this one I was lucky to get number 10. I don't know how many of these were made though, but yes. So your thoughts on the legacy now of Tiki Diablo? Start with you, Jonathan, because I know that did you work directly with him?
I didn't work directly with him, although I except booking him for Hideaway, we had him come. He's a hero of mine. He works in all tiki mediums. His just very, very generous, giving guy. He when he did his signing at Hideaway, his rule was that it'll take as long as it takes. And he spent as much time with everybody in that line as they wanted to spend with him. It was from a line management thing. There were people that were like, "Why is this taking so long?" And it's because Danny was there to talk to the people that wanted to talk to him. And it was incredible. People left just beaming. He gave a really nice talk on how to design tiki mugs and keep them original and keep them true to yourself and keep them how to put something out into the world that's not derivative and not disrespectful and not going for the easy joke or the big cheesy grin. And he stuck to his guns. He stuck to his principles. And he was I got to hang out with him a little bit at Hukilau, a different time, just as nice as could be, and just as genuine to deal with in that respect as when I was, running the show that he was attending. And one thing that I've been thinking about, I didn't bring it up, but his gift, he brought Allison and I a gift that was one of his Brenda memorial mugs, very Hispanic influenced. And I've often said that a good tiki bar over time becomes kind of a memorial shrine in itself. And so to have something designed specifically in that influence, and it's now in the section of friends who have passed section of my tiki bar. I've got one specific section. That's pretty meaningful. I mean, I can't say like, I was the best friend of the man, but I was a tremendous fan of his work and a believer in his integrity.
I mean, among other things, he was one of the rare folks in the Polynesian pulp movement to sort of go like mainstream. I mean, his work was in Home Depot, right, for a long time. Like they had a run of tiki things, tiki like carvings or whatever that you could buy that he produced, and I was like, that's a huge level that not a lot of Polynesian pulp artists get to at all. So that's huge.
Very, very funny tie into that is I was working at Home Depot corporate that spring when I learned that the purchaser had bought those, and I was down, like I tracked down that person in the building to go try and find some samples because those things were not sold east of the Mississippi River.
Oh, really?
So the bar, I think it was a bar, 3 planters and 2 or 3 totems. But they weren't sold on the East Coast.
Wow. I did not know that.
And I was unable to go get the person to part with any of them, which I was disappointed by.
And I understand they went pretty fast. Like they were a hard item to get. I haven't looked at the resale value on them. I'm sure
the resale's insane.
We're crazy. Yeah.
And
I'm sure they're even crazier now, as of all his work, and all his mugs and stuff are probably worth a lot more now. But that's because unfortunately there won't be more. Jen, what about you? Did you have a chance to meet him or anything? Or
no, I never got to meet him. Oddly enough, I think the only piece of his I have is when he first started out and he was going by Cheeky Tiki, which it wasn't very long, but but I was very aware of his work, and I'm certainly aware of the work he's done with Oceanic Arts, because he was one of their reserve carvers, and as well as work he's done at Morgan's Cove and Undertow. I think Undertow was one of the places he worked at. So, besides mugs and the things he produced in his own studio, the pieces he designed for other spaces it's inspiring.
Yeah.
And I also know that he helped a lot of during COVID when a lot of the bars were shut down, that he stepped up and did a big solid for a lot of people by creating special mugs for some people and shipping them out at no charge to help people out during COVID when you couldn't have people come into your bars. And I have a lot of friends that knew him and had worked with them, so it's a bummer I never got to meet him. I hadn't even heard he was sick, but I think that's true for a lot of people.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that either, but but it's somebody who we're gonna be able to see his work and his how he's inspired other creators. That's gonna live on in the scene forever. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. His work is going to be known. As far as the revival goes, or the last, like, say 30 years or so, I can't think of too many figures that are bigger than him. As far as his impact and his work and his range of what he did and what he was interested in, and he poured everything into it. Nothing felt cheap, or like, even, usually when something tiki goes mainstream, you hear the purest bark, but I didn't hear much barking when his stuff was being sold at Home Depot. Like, I didn't hear like people like pointing that finger. Instead, it was more like, wow, that's cool. Like look at him do that. So I think people were just generally happy that was happening. And that just, again, shows the measure of the man as well. And like I said, I got a chance to meet him a couple times and not spend a lot of time with him, but I just remember he was really sort of just down to earth, unassuming, unpretentious. Like, he was just cool to talk to and welcoming to everybody. Like Jonathan said, like, he just was there to hang out and have fun and do his thing. And so big impact on Polynesian pulp, big impact on a lot of people. And we definitely have send out our continued condolences to his fans, friends, family.
And his wife, Stephanie.
Absolutely. So we'll move on to that, to a happier topic, because I cannot wait to hear about Hideaway 2026, Jonathan. And let me just publicly send my regrets that I was not able to be there. It really broke me that I could not attend, but man, it looked like you guys had another successfully great time.
It was a good time, Mike. It was one for the books, and running it is always an exercise in hi, okay, bye. But it was really a joy this time. We got to bring the Hideaway Village to life in a way that we hadn't before. We had a whole new area that we built out specifically around Marina. Mm-hmm. The fire-breathing mermaid coming and playing in our Sea Hag Grotto, which was nice. We ended up building that out into a whole almost 20-foot square immersive walkthrough environment. You got your pictures with Marina at the end, and
wow.
Bones art. Andrew Bones made a 10-foot tall creature from the Black Lagoon monster that we hid in and amongst the line ride, and that was fun. Let me tell you, if you can book Medusa Ronin, the drums are incredible. Marina and Roy are just incredibly professional and joyous performers. Everything to do with them was spectacular. It was in the Omni downtown. Attendance was a little affected at the last minute by all of the dire-looking snowstorm warnings.
Yeah, there was
circulating on Wednesday, and mostly only impacted Sunday evening and afternoon.
Right.
So that was, it was disappointing, but the people that came out, and most people came out, had a really good time. Just
I would
bigger.
imagine if you were going to be, quote unquote, I use quotes because it is, Atlanta, but if you're going to be snowed in somewhere, I would imagine being snowed in Hideaway would be like the preferable place to be, like trapped and with nowhere to go, because you're with good people, you've got good drinks set up, and the vibe is amazing.
Yeah. And it was just a good time. We had several brand new vendors that all brought their A game and were exciting. As always, we overprogrammed. The Dragon Con experience of enjoy the trip you're having, and you'll have a great time. The elevators weren't as much of a hassle.
That's good. Yeah, I actually don't think have I ever been in that hotel? I'm not sure if I've ever been in the Omni. So,
yeah.
I don't think I have either.
It's pretty cool. It's a central tower. We were in the South Tower, which is a 15-story central column with rooms around the periphery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of our programming was all the better for that. We had a surf band that played. All of the bands you could hear from all 15 floors. The drums were echoing off the ceiling in the CNN Center.
Did you get complaints?
The only complaint that we got. So I don't know how to the Georgia convention scene you are, but the what is it? The Egg Producers of America had their convention the next week.
I see.
And there were a couple of folks that were in a little bit early for that, who were definitely a little nonplussed by the crowd.
Well, that's what they get for coming in early.
Hey.
Well, drugs and drums and
that's a
drums
different
and
convention.
eggs don't really mix.
So what was your most pleasant surprise of the event?
My personal most pleasant surprise, I don't know that was the most, but one that was an absolute delight is Ms. Leisure and her partner brought an airline hospitality cart equipped for a hypothetical spaceport, and they were wearing retro futuristic silver and neon, and roving the hotel dispensing space liner libations. That was pretty delightful. I got something I've always wanted, which was we had a Tiki Battle Vest meetup. So a bunch of people shared flasks and were showing off their patches, and Tropicult Apparel did a trivia contest and gave away some patches. So that was fun for me personally, 80s metal kid that I am. And Allison and I got to watch. We sort of changed the way we were doing the luau, and instead of having a ticket at a luau, we had all of the entertainment available that would have been the luau for all attendees, and just set up a bunch of tables, bring your own food, potluck, family style, to watch all of the Miyahana Dawn's Troop. Miyahana's Polynesian entertainment. I usually can say it perfectly, but Dawn's Troop and Polynesian dancers, and the music of Medusa Ronan and our friends from North Carolina. Everybody's name is escaping me right now. I apologize. I'll look it up.
That's because you're still recovering.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a while, right?
This the calendar sure does march on too, because the next week, Christy White had something in Alabama, which included a screening of Don the Beachcomber's movie, and nice. The same weekend, Spike did something in California. And also in the intervening time last weekend was Mai Tai Mayhem in Ohio, which, they brought me this Mai Tai Till I Died mug. And Allison and I are working on the Atlanta Tiki Home Bar Tour, which will be announced shortly.
Do you know what month you're doing that in yet?
Not enough to say now, because I know as soon as I say it, but
people will hold you to it.
I'm virtually positive I know when it'll be, and I'm virtually positive the next edition of this will have the details on that.
Nice.
But actually, that probably segues nicely. Jen, what are you? I heard that Little Birdie said that you might have an event.
Yeah. So the backstory is. We've had a tiki scene that ebbs and flows here in San Antonio, Texas. But we have I guess what we've got Hugman's Oasis. It's downtown on the Riverwalk. That was built by Ben Bassam, Bamboo Ben. Lovely design, but it's in a heavy tourist area, not easy to park. So you kind of save that for taking folks out of town who haven't been there before. And then we have a spot called Holy Diver, which is more like your uncle's basement if it was the 1970s. Really chill vibe, decorated really well, good drinks. We had Encharted that was down in New Braunfels and unfortunately had to close about a month ago, but they're going to be relocating. Hopefully they're getting closer to finding a new spot. And then we have our kind of hybrid, our tropical lounge hangout called Sunnyside Lounge. I've been spending more and more time there because they have events during the week. And in January? No, February, maybe. I don't know. Sometime after the New Year, on Thursdays, they started a thing called Singo Bingo. They have bingo on Wednesday and Thursday nights. It's completely free to play. They do 8 to 10 rounds. Each round, you're winning a $20 gift card to somewhere, and as well as some other goodies. But they started a music theme one about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, something like that. And it's anything from, let's see, what rounds have they had? They've had boy bands and girl bands, 80s rock, classic hip hop. So where they play like 30 seconds of a song and you find the song title on your bingo card. And it's just, the crowd has grown bigger and bigger. And I've become, as a regular, I've become friends with the owners. So last week they let me create 2 playlists and I got to host for the first time. My rounds. I'm going to be, I did a good enough job. So I'm going to be hosting some rounds again this week. But I talked to them because I have, as many home bar builders, I'm sure have this quandary. You end up with way too much stuff as you collect throughout the years. And when you finally start setting up your space, either you can't fit something or your tastes have changed or your overall theming has changed. Well, we filled up almost a storage unit. So originally I was gonna have a tiki yard sale at our home and invite some of our artist friends to sell their stuff as well. And then I got to thinking that, well, I'd really like as big of a crowd as possible so that everybody has a chance to really sell their stuff and to have the crowd I want. I don't want that many strangers at my house. So I brought it up to Sunnyside Lounge and they liked the idea. And then the ball just started rolling and I announced it 3 days ago that I was looking for vendors. I'm already at 10 and have people contacting me from cities that are anywhere from 3 to 6 hours away who are interested in coming down to vend. But it's going to be Saturday, May 9th in San Antonio, Texas at the Sunnyside Lounge. The event's going to be from 5 to 10. Yesterday, I got one of our more popular DJs in the state. He's also pretty popular overseas. He's probably popular in other states too, but his name is DJ Tropicana Joe. Nice. Real name is Paulo. He's originally from Spain. He's been a friend of ours for a long time. He was actually voted best DJ in Austin this past year. So we're really excited to have him. He spins some great exotica and Polynesian and old garage style music. And I've got my tattoo artist, who is also the owner of the Uncharted bar that I mentioned earlier, the Boozy Doodler. He's gonna come bend. So I'm excited about that because that just means I'm going to spend my profits buying more stuff from him, because every time I see him, I buy something new. And we're still working on my next tattoo is actually going to be a version of Drunken Dragons, Mai Tai Fighter. His mashup of with the carpet and a Mai Tai glass and a TIE fighter. We're working on a version of that for my next tattoo that Jason's going to do on me. So nice. I hope to have that before Dragon Con. But yeah, I've got 10 vendors so far. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get rid of the stuff in my storage unit. And I think it's just, if I've already got this much set up for it in 3 days, I think by the time it comes around, it could shape up to be a pretty big event.
Mm-hmm.
And the Texas Tiki Week events for San Antonio died down before COVID. Mm-hmm. It hasn't made a comeback in this city, at least. Houston with Lalo, they've got a great thriving scene. Lalo actually just finished their second Tiki yard sale this past weekend. Dallas Tiki Week is also in May. I think it's the week or 2 weeks after when my event's going to be. Austin took the past 2 years off. Not sure what's going on with there, but I want to help build our scene back up. So I hope this is just the first of many more events to come. I mean, I'm not going to do an NHLA size event, but do this at Sunnyside. Maybe we can grow it into, because we have a lot of fusion places here. There's a place called Hot Joy. It's an Asian fusion restaurant, but they also have great tiki drinks on the menu. And there's a few other places like that as well. And they used to be a part of Tiki Week here in town. So it'd be great if we could build it up to where, hey, yeah, we have a week again. And, each day we're sending people to a different locale to enjoy and expose people to the great drinks and the great food that this town has to offer. But speaking of great drinks, I, for the first time last week, made gardenia mix and made pearl divers at home. And
awesome.
Oh my God, there's so much butter. Oh my God, it tastes so good. Like
I was you're gonna have to tell me explain all of it to me, because I don't know what any of that is. So
so gardenia mix is basically, there's no one knows the exact recipe. It was a closely guarded secret of Don Beach. People, there's some YouTubers out there and like Make and Drink and How to Drink. They say they've gotten close. Yeah, but nobody knows. They're like, nobody knows, if somebody has the exact recipe. I kind of used an amalgam of what I saw on Make and Drink and How to Drink and what I found people discussing on the Reddit Tiki boards. So I first made a homemade cinnamon syrup, but I like cinnamon spice. So I added whole cloves, whole allspice berries, and 3 cinnamon sticks to each batch. But I made a double batch, and then I let that stew for 24 hours. And I used a mix of demerara sugar as well as dark brown sugar as the base for it. That on its own came out stunning. So that is now going to be a permanent syrup in my home bar, and I'm using it for spiced Mai Tais and spiced daiquiris as well, because it really just adds a whole new complexity. But then when you have that stuff ready and you've strained out all the spices, then you melt, depending on the size of your batch. I don't know how to make small batches, so I think I was using 2 full sticks of butter per batch. But I ended up making a full jug, so I guess you'd say I ended up with 4 sticks of butter. And you're putting in the cinnamon syrup, and you're adding some honey and some orange juice. I'm probably forgetting an ingredient because I've only made it twice so far. And then you use a food processor or a hand blender to mix it all together to get that melted butter to really incorporate and emulsify, and it'll separate a bit in the fridge. It actually looks like, when it gets cold, it looks like the butter all goes to the top and is just making this solid berg of fat, but it shakes up and mixes really well. I guess that's the sign that you've made it correctly, is that you're able to shake it and that butter will start to break up and incorporate back into your mixture. But Pearl Diver is one of my favorite drinks. So I know I've seen a lot of the home bar builders say that it's just a pain in the ass to make the gardenia mix, and therefore it's just not something that you're gonna really go out of your way to make at home. But I wanted to. I think I've already decided because I finally opened the home bar 2 weeks ago. And the first night I had an average of 17 people in there at a time, and I had made a full menu. I think I put 8 regular drinks, anywhere from 8 to 10 regular drinks and 2 mocktails. I bartended straight for 2.5 hours. Like, I didn't have a break. I made myself a drink first. I didn't finish that drink until after 2.5 hours because I kept making different drinks. But that's also my fault because, like, I put a Mai Tai on there and then gave you 3 versions, a 44, a passion fruit, or a spiced. Then I put a daiquiri on there and gave you 3 versions, a standard, a cardamom, or a spice. Then I put the Pearl Diver. And we have a drink that me and a friend created a few months ago called a Swamp Diver on there. Is that it? Oh, and I have a Saturn because I figured I'd give some people a break from rum. And then two mocktails. I'm probably forgetting a drink, but I've already decided once this batch gardenia mix gets worked through of course I'm going to edit the menu as I go until I really, I get to where, okay, this is perfect for my bar, and I'll make a finalized, like, nicely designed home menu. But on the Pearl Diver, I'm going to put when supplies are in stock. Which basically will mean when Jen feels like drinking it herself, she will make the gardenia mix. And it's not difficult to make. It's messy and it's a bit time consuming. And I did break my blender, so I need a new blender. It started overheating and then smelled like smoke and burning electrical wire. So that went in the trash. Yes. And now I got to get a new blender. So.
I will mention that homemade and tweaked to your own tastes is always the best of all worlds.
Yeah.
But Blair at BG Reynolds Cocktail Syrup does sell a pretty good gardenia mix for all of you that want to give it a try and see what you're getting into.
Does it have butter?
I think he uses coconut, so it's not. But I don't recall. It's good though. If you can get it, because sometimes it's sold out for exactly that reason. Because, yeah,
I haven't gotten to where I want to make my own orgeat yet. That's a little bit advanced for me. I think my next one though, I'm gonna learn how to make my own falernum, and then I'm gonna make my own grenadine. Like those are my next 2 things I'm gonna tackle. Because I just feel silly buying the bottles if it's something that's easy to make. And I know falernum's easy to make. That's what I see everyone discussing on Tiki Reddit. So
sure, okay.
Well, I guess if you've been in the bar industry for 20 years, like I have,
sure.
So
I'm not going to say it's. I don't know.
It can't be more involved than the gardenia mix. I think I just hit the pinnacle of blending a mixer. So, except for orgeat, to me that seems daunting.
I think I dislike making orgeat the most. And in almost every case, I've gotten to where I've got a version that I'm happy to buy and then slightly adulterate.
Yeah, like I don't know if y'all have Lieber, but like I'm partial to Lieber's orgeat. It's the right thickness to me. I currently have Liquid Alchemist because my store sold out of Lieber and I was not going to drive across town to where I knew had it in stock because I just didn't have time. Liquid Alchemist is passable. The flavor is passable, but it is not thick enough. And And I have there's some almond base I have saved on Amazon that a lot of people have told me they've used to make their own. But again, I'm just like, it's skipping the step where you have to soak your own almonds and then milk them.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I get priorities, I guess. Like,
and who doesn't love an excuse to talk about your nutmeg and your nut milk and your you know.
Oh, and then I also want to make my own fashionola. But I still have a bottle from some company with the name Death in it that I'm gonna go through. I bought it because I met the guys with the company, so I bought their whole lineup. But
sure.
I need to find a recipe to use it in that does not require pineapple. Oh, here's a question. But Mike won't be able to answer this. Jonathan might. I had a request for a tiki drink with tequila. I hate tequila. So what would be some of your suggestions? I know they exist. I've seen them on menus. I even know Smuggler's Cove has some recipes with it, but
let's see. The super easy one is the what is it? Pinky Gonzalez, which is a Mai Tai sub tequila and mezcal for the rums.
Okay.
And it's pretty good. It works just fine. It's from what was the Spanish Mexican restaurant imprint that he did? Do y'all remember that Vic did? I forget.
Wait, I think I have that in a screenshot. El Diablo, I know, was one of the drinks they made. Oh, I didn't screenshot the name of the bar, or the imprint. But I know I have. So Trader Vic's has El Diablo, and it's one of their classic ones. And it does have creme de cassis in it, so that one is intriguing to me. But there's also, and I think I'm going to try this one, even though I won't be able to taste it. But my bar is called Smuggler's Hideaway, and this one's called a Privateer. Which, come on, that works if it's a pirate bar.
That's true.
But this one, the Privateer, has white tequila, pineapple juice, lime juice, passion fruit syrup, and a pinch of salt. And then you garnish it with a rosemary spring. So I already gonna have the lime juice and passion fruit. And as much as we hate tequila, people keep bringing it to us as gifts. So I have like 15 bottles. I need to use it. The El Diablo, the Trader Vic's one, that one has, you use either a white or a reposado tequila, the creme de cassis, lime juice, and then you top it with ginger beer. So again, that sounds good and easy.
Well, you definitely have the stuff then at the same time to plump out your menu with a tequila sunrise.
No?
Tequila sunrise with good ingredients.
That's what we drink before we're all 21 and we're just naming something we've heard before. That's like somebody walking up and saying, "Give me a Long Island iced tea." It's just like, okay, buddy, you're not going to be able to
walk in 5 minutes. It was my great aunt's favorite drink back when she was drinking it in Fern bars. So
look, I used to drink tequila. The reason I hate it now is because when I was still in my band, one of our tours was sponsored by Patron. So we had to drink it at every show on the road. And I got alcohol poisoning on it in Colorado because we got our shots served in Dixie cups and not little shot glasses. So when I taste it or smell it, I'm instantly transported back to that night. Although, to be fair, there are some mezcals I can handle. Like there's a drink I get at the Cheesecake Factory that I had no idea had tequila in it. Mezcal. Because I can't taste it because they add it to Prosecco. So and put a strawberry liqueur in there. Yeah, that's hiding it. But
I think I had something very similar at when we were drinking our way through Epcot. I want to say we had they added mezcal to basically to a mimosa.
Mm.
It was a mimosa, but instead of orange juice, it was Grand Marnier.
Mm. So hit you with a sweet liqueur. Okay.
Yeah, Grand Marnier and mezcal and a little bit of champagne, I think, was the their upgraded mimosa.
Well, I think that must be the key, is to choose ingredients that are going to overpower the flavor of the tequila. Because to me, tequila is just, I taste salt. I think that's what it is. I taste saltiness. Yeah. Yeah. So that's my adventure.
Yeah. Well, that's impressive, I will say. And it has been my, experience, that my limited experience, that there are like people have responses to tequila of one of two ways. Either they, that have had it anyway, that either they love it, or they had one really bad experience with it and they will never drink it again. They used to love it, but they had one thing.
Don't get me wrong. I still have done shots with people at Dragon Con.
Well, sure.
When they show up with it. And I'm going to make that face and make the noise afterwards. And then I'm going to immediately get a chaser so I can get the flavor out of my mouth. And give me the right margarita. Basically, give me the margarita that has a ton of sugar in it and a lot of other flavorings. Yeah, I'll drink it.
If you twist your arm. Well, that's awesome. Your whole experience with making the Pearl Diver and the mix, Gardenia mix is pretty cool information, even though I don't find any of it personally applicable.
What's funny is when I would tell people, and even people who drink Pearl Divers at bars with me, when I've broken down what's in the Gardenia mix, they're grossed out. Because people didn't realize how much butter's in there.
I was going to say, it's like, it's like, ooh, is this drink made by Paula Deen? Like, how much butter do you need? Like, that's like a ton of
Also, if you have a bad one and it's out of True, so that it's just butter, it's like the difference between a hot buttered rum and a rum with hot butter in it. One of those things is delightful. The other,
pardon me, folks.
Okay.
I knew that was going to happen at some point.
So I think that that's the announcement that it's closing time here at the bar.
Yep. His husband just got home, so the dogs are excited.
Awesome. Well, appreciate all the information, guys. That is it for this round of 3 Grog Night. Where can people find out more about the events that you guys are part of, or recipes and other things that you're part of that you want to talk about? Start with you, Jen.
My personal Instagram is under Lil Bit Odd. You can see it on your screen there. I do have an Instagram for our home bar now. It's Smuggler's Hideaway TX. And I guess now if you want to keep up with the stuff I'm doing at Sunnyside Lounge here in town, they're under Sunnyside Lounge on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. And Jonathan?
I do custom barware design and art as at Horror and Clay on all the socials, and Inohele experiences and events through at Inohele. And one thing, if you don't mind, I want to throw out there real quick, Mike. I just I did a custom glass for a place up in Ann Arbor called the Waycaster Tiki that I'd never heard of. Looks like it's about a year old and very well built out. Very exciting. So if we got anybody up in Michigan, I'd love to hear how that is. And they just did a home bar, not a tiki home bar tour, but a home bar tour which included some tiki bars up in the Soma area of New Jersey. And they are planning another one that is South Orange and Maplewood regions of New Jersey. So if anybody hit that or is planning to hit that next time, I'd love to talk to some folks from that. How about you, Mike? What you got going on? Massive podcasts.
You know, I've got the Massive Podcast, of course. The other podcast that I'm part of, New Legend Lounge.
I forgot to say that.
As well as Dragon Con Report, right, Jen? New Legend Lounge, Dragon Con Report, Earth Station Who, Bat Chums, and of course this one. So yeah, that keeps me pretty busy. But I'm also got some books that I'm working on. So more information on all of that soon. But no, we want to really appreciate everybody who's listening and watching us as we are still working out the kinks of this show, but we are definitely interested in hearing your comments. Respond to us, either comment on the actual place that you're watching or listening to us, whether it's YouTube or I don't know if the audio has been set up yet, but we're hoping to get those out too.
No, I haven't done audio yet.
And I believe we have an email address. Is that correct?
Yep, 3grognight@gmail.com.
All right. So you can contact us that way because we do want to hear from you. And
I wanted to give another quick shout out to Horror and Clay. I've been using your Kraken bar spoon as my bar spoon in the tiki bar, and everyone has flipped out over it.
Nice.
Because I think you released that when you released the Cthulhu mug.
That's
when I got it. Yeah.
That is an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah.
And it's partly because the first show that we did, we only had the prototype of the mug and no merch. So we went with a dozen tentacle-topped bar spoons, the ability to pre-order the mug, and I think stickers.
And I have all of it. and I have the shipwreck of the Hester. Right?
The wreck of the Hesperus.
Yeah, Hesperus. That's where it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Both of them are sitting by each other with the spoon.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So a big mahalo mucho to Jen, Jonathan, and everybody who's in the audience. Don't forget to tip your bartender, especially if that bartender is you. We'll be back for more rum, more tiki tales, and more excuses to shake up something delicious. Stay groggy, my friends.
Man.